welcome back to In Out Delete, the show where we review both new and older movies. This is Gino.
This is Roberto.
This is Ricardo.
America.
And Gio.
And here we are again at home in our own editing bays. But we're, still hot as hell. My AC's barely working. Hope you guys are doing well in this heat. It seems like it's cooling down, but it's not at the same time. It's like,
Feels good to me.
I've lost about 5 pounds because like the room is like a sauna, you know? Like I just sweat it all out.
Just stay there.
This is the part of the Rona where we all start losing weight again instead of normal efforts.
So Ricardo, what you been watching, my dude?
You know how like we were watching Mother? We watched Mother.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, that guy's good, no? The director, Bong.
Mm-hmm.
So I did you guys know that the host is in Hulu, right? So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna check that out. So I was watching that. It's pretty good, guys. You guys seen it, no? Or no?
Yeah, that's actually the first film I saw of his.
Yeah, it's so good, man. I was like mind blown how nobody really talks about it or something, or do they?
When it came out, I got, because I mean I saw it because it had a lot of buzz.
Yeah, dude, and I was mind blown. And I was fucking high and made me think about life. I was like, whoa.
Made you think of the Rona?
It did. It actually did. It made me think about the Rona and everything. It's so crazy. You guys should rewatch it just so to get the picture again. But all right, anyways, Robert, what you been watching?
One of the highlights, I saw a documentary on Showtime called The Go-Go's, which is about the band The Go-Go's. It's really good. I was really it's really interesting because I didn't know that they actually started off as a punk band, like in the LA punk scene, and then they kind of morphed into like a big pop group. So it's a really interesting and entertaining documentary. I highly recommend it.
Oh, I seen it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the girl that makes the song, and it's like a pop song, and then like they get the haters. They're like, punk.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It's like what happens with every band that goes from like punk to like pop and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought it was really good. Yeah, Gino, what have you been watching?
I did finally watch the Drizzy Boys.
Oh, the Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah, about the Frankie Valley and the Four Seasons. I fucking hate it.
What? I love that movie.
I fucking hate it. Look, it's Clint Eastwood. He directed it. He's not a bad director. The visuals wasn't bad. They always have to explain what's going on and everything. It's like they're right there eating a diner. Like, oh, so I'm in a diner, right? So we're hanging on the diner. I'm like, I don't care. And I looked into it. I'm like, okay, so basically the same actor who played Frankie Valley is the same guy who did Broadway version of it. So I was like, okay, cool. They didn't have to search high and low for another actor and a singer to do it. But like I said, there's some moments that just threw me off. Like got me like, what?
Is it a delete or an out?
It's an out. It's an out. I can't give it a full delete.
I think it's like like Gino mentioned, it's a stage play. So they try to mimic the stage play. That's why they break the fourth wall. They talk to the audience a lot. And Clint Eastwood is a very straightforward director, you know? Mm-hmm. So him doing a musical kind of like it doesn't hit the right notes, you know, pun intended. And he's famous for doing like 1 takes or 1-2 takes only. Yeah. So like if the performance is not right in those 1 or 2 takes, it gets kind of iffy. So you do see it a little bit in that. But I'm a sucker for it and I love it.
What about you, Gio?
Still watching Doctor Who. Just still trying to catch up on Doctor Who. That's pretty much it. You know, Food Network, more soccer games. What about you, America?
I watched Rosemary's Baby.
Oh.
I'd never seen it. I really liked how it looked. And then also, like, I feel like this movie, like, it inspired a lot of other movies. Midsummer.
Yeah.
It's like the same movie.
I'm just biased because I saw it after I learned about Roman Polanski.
Oh yeah.
So I was projecting that hate onto it because I had seen other movies of his before that. I'm like, oh, these are really great, you know. And then I learned about him. I was like, fuck this guy, you know. So I think that's what it is. But no, you're right. It's definitely very influential.
This week we watched the one and only Ivan from Disney Plus. What's up?
One and only.
The one and only, right?
Question.
No, I was just pointing it out, like one and only. It's about a gorilla named Ivan. And they're like in a circus, like at the mall. Is that what it is? Like at the local mall. Yeah. And they perform every day, and it's about like all the animals like being in the circus, and then eventually they want to get out and be free. The animals talk, by the way, so it's like kind of like a classic Disney movie, like what you was like classic animated Disney movie, but like live action / CGI. Bryan Cranston is in it. Sam Rockwell is the voice of Ivan. Angelina Jolie's in it, I believe. Ricardo, what did you think of this movie? What did you think of One and Only Ivan?
Nah, just like yeah, the movie, I guess it could be fun, you know. I guess if you're a kid and you have these like animals talking, it's like a live cartoon come to life, you know, like whatever. So it's pretty entertaining. It wasn't that long, you know. It was okay. It was okay, but not for me. Walter should have just gone and killed people. Made it a little bit better, you know. So I'm an out. Yeah. So what about you, Gino?
You know what? It sucks because like I actually like this movie. I think Bryan Cranston did a good job as his character is, you know, and it's believable in a way. But then there's moments when he got mad. I thought he was gonna be like full on Walter White, and I was like, oh, I am the one who knocks. But he didn't do that, so it's like, of course, it's Disney. I'm in on it, man.
Oh, there it is.
Hey.
Overall, it's not of course, it's not a great for adults. Like, you know, if I'm an adult watching it by myself, of course, I'm like, this is whack. But I mean, I thought about it as a kid. Like, if I would have showed it to my kids or to my nephews, oh yeah, they would have loved it. They would have fucking enjoyed it. They would go crazy for a girl who can draw. You know what I mean? Or maybe a baby of elephant. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's the reason why I like it. What about you, America?
This is harsh because this movie really isn't for me or for us. So that's why I'm gonna delete it. I don't think there was a very good balance with Bryan Cranston. Like at some points they kind of pit him as the evil like circus guy. And then all of a sudden he's like, no, it's okay, like whatever, you know. So it's like a weird dynamic. Gio, what did you think?
I think I'm gonna agree with Gino. I think it's entertaining. It's more entertaining, like if you're like 8-year-old kid. So I'm gonna judge it like on that. Like even though there's some very, I guess, more mature moments for like a kid. You know, there's a couple death scenes in there that, like, you know, a la Bambi's mom. But yeah, I'll go with an in. It's entertaining enough. I loved Ron Funches as the little bunny.
Oh yeah,
He's always funny. He's also in that Harley Quinn animated show. He's King Shark in that. But yeah, it's entertaining enough for kids. It's entertaining enough. I'll give it an in.
Damn, like I feel like we're all grading on a curve except for America. Like fail, boom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to grade on that curve too. I'm in. I mean, I do agree with what America's saying, but like I think because it was weird. It's like a weird experience watching it because it starts out and like the animals are in a circus, and normally we think of that as a bad thing, right? They get abused and all these things, and they're all happy. And Ivan's like, "Oh, I love being here," and I was like, and the Bryan Cranston's like super nice to them, like get the fuck out of here, man. Like that's like, I wasn't buying it at all. I was like, this is such a weird thing to be selling to kids. But then as it kind of like goes on, you see like, oh, I get the message that they're selling, and I mean it's fine. I think it's fine for families. It's like the message is clear enough. It's really simple and kind of cheesy. But once I started seeing it like that, just like an entertainment piece for families, I enjoyed it, I think. And the voice acting got fun. The little adventure kind of got fun. So once I stopped seeing it as like a realistic like documentary, I was like, it's a harmless piece of entertainment. That's the way I saw it, and I was fine with it. That's why I'm in. And I didn't really like Bryan Cranston, like his whole like wholesome thing. I was like, nah, man, get out of here. Like you should be a jerk, you know? They try to show him like being mean. It was like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like choose one,
Yeah.
you know?
That's my biggest problem with the movie because, like, don't you guys agree? They kind of did make him seem like he didn't want to let the baby elephant like go take a rest. He was like on the brink of having like an explosion, and then the next scene, you know, he's like cuddling a poodle. I don't know.
And then and the journey was a little bit too easy. Like it wasn't
way
like
too easy.
Yeah, like it didn't go anywhere really. Like it was just like, I'm gonna try to do this, and like 10 minutes later, I figured it out. I know how to do it.
I kind of appreciated that though, because like it could have easily turned into like a cartoonish thing. Like they do kind of when they get out of the mall. but it could have
Yeah.
kept going. Like it could have easily had them driving a bus, and like
I
a
would
stupid
have
thing,
rather it
where the bunny's on the pedal and one guy's
Yeah,
driving
I
and
would have
stuff like
loved
that.
that.
Like yeah,
I
that's
would have
like,
loved that.
but it kind of went the ending was a little bit more emotional. It paid it off a different way, and I appreciated it for that.
Because it could have gone both ways.
Yeah,
It could've
definitely.
had
Yeah,
the emotion part and the funny.
yeah.
That's where I think it should have gone. I think it should have gone the animal adventure instead of like kind of make this like bad guy that they eventually come back to and sort of like have to appreciate. So you still have these like battered animals essentially like coming back to nothing.
It's kind of cheap because like at the end, like the movie saying, "Yay, we solved animal cruelty." Like, let's pat ourselves on the back. Like, no, you didn't. Like, this is like no,
Especially when Disney has the Animal Kingdom over there. I literally thought the ending was gonna reveal the Animal Kingdom at Disneyland.
I thought the same thing. Yeah, I was like, man, this is gonna be fucked up, man. Like,
this is one giant commercial.
America came up with the alternative ending.
Oh God.
Oh.
This
yes, you should be scared, Gio.
This is gonna go dark, isn't it?
It's a horrible ending.
What?
You know how
they end up at a museum, don't they?
So you go to the zoo and like you go see the monkeys or like big scary animals, and there's like a pit.
Yeah.
There's the animals, and then there's a giant pit. So if you fall in, you go in there. You don't get attacked by the animal, or the animal will fall in there. So my ending to the movie. This is before I knew Ivan was real. Okay, I love animals, but so my ending is after he gets released into that thingy. You see the beautiful landscape. The camera pans like just a little bit more, and you see the fence, and there's like the little audience. So he runs, and then he doesn't see the little pit, and he's like, ah, and freeze frame, like just backwards.
and then cut, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Our next pick is America's pick, which I guess, was mysterious for a bit. But America, what is your pick and why?
My pick was Mother. Not the one that came out a few years ago, but Bong Joon-ho's Mother from 2009. And I picked this movie because, I've been trying to get him to watch it for like 5 years, and he never does. So I'm like, I didn't know if you guys had seen it, but it's a good watch anyway. So I was like, you know what? This is it. This is the time. So yeah, I love this movie. I think this may be the third time that I watch it. I don't know. I'm in. Yeah. What do you think, Robert?
I gotta say, man, I'm super in on this.
Had you seen it before?
No, I hadn't seen it before. You mentioned Bong Joon-ho. I've seen a few of his movies, but this one I had never seen, and I'm glad I saw it because it's really great. And yeah, it's just so captivating, right? It's funny because like it sets you up like a movie you've probably seen before, like a mystery thriller. But because it's foreign, they're able to do things that you would never imagine would happen. And that's the great thing about, Korean films or foreign films, that they can take those different approach, without you expecting it, because we've seen so many movies, we've seen this over and over, we know the formula. And to just see something so new and so fresh and with such great performances and great directing, the composition is just, I could just look at this movie. I could put it on mute, look at it. I could turn the image off and just listen to it. It's I can't say enough about this. It's really, really great. Gio, what did you think?
Yeah, I'm in on this movie. Yeah, it's shot great. The acting is great. I love the story. Like, I loved how the mom went full Batman, then became the Joker at the end. Just amazing. I had never seen it before. I thought it was great. I guess we'll dive in a little bit deeper later, but Gino, what'd you think?
This movie, I remember watching it on Netflix, and this, I think it was right after watching Okja and Snowpiercer, and I really loved it. Actually, it was because I wasn't a fan of Okja, but I was a super fan of Snowpiercer, and I was like, okay, but yeah, I'm super in on this movie as well. And then, like Gio said, yeah, I had to feel like Batman and turned to Joker at one point. Yeah, I agree. But man, it's such we'll deep into it, man. But yeah, again, such a good movie. Ricardo, you're laughing your ass off. I bet you didn't like it.
No, I love this movie. I loved it. Dude, like you guys said, I have never seen it before though. I never seen it before, and I have never seen anything like this before. So it was kind of like fucking mind blown. It looked pretty. It was funny, and it was dark. It's everything I love in movies. Everything I love in movies, and it's perfect. And this guy is fucking good. This guy is fucking good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I shout out to fucking Bong. Say the last name. Bong.
Junho.
Yeah, okay. I don't like to say it because I don't know how to say it.
Between fucking Parasite, the host, Snowpiercer, this dude is a fucking master, I think, I love, the character was so great. And then the son, it's a bit disturbing at times and you get uncomfortable because like there's hints of like an incestuous relationship. And I was like, oh, you're like, what's going on? But it that's what makes it so entertaining because it's so funny. It's so funny and so dark at the same time. It's just like Parasite. I think this is just as much of a masterpiece as Parasite.
Yeah.
Parasite is a masterpiece, and I think this one is too. I'm saying it right now. I called it.
It's got the Robert seal of approval.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
I don't think I'd realized that it was the same director as Parasite until this time. Like you were saying, Robert, the thing about foreign films, like they always do take it in another direction. And it's because we're just so used to like, whether it's linear or not, like we know how a director is going to take things, But this is such a simple movie. It's the mother and her son. The son is framed for murder or arrested for murder, right? So then she tries to clear his name. And you definitely didn't expect what was going to happen, right? And it's just, I don't know.
It's like Gino's mentioning the twists and turns that it takes. It's like it pulls the rug out from under you, right? And you're like, what? And like this person that you were rooting for, that you had so much empathy for, all of a sudden it's like, oh, like this is the villain, It's like, what is happening? But yet you still feel the connection, that's how great of a character and great of a performance that it is,
Throughout the movie, there's little, like, I would say breadcrumbs that get dropped here and there that at the end, they kind of, it all kind of, they all get connected at the end, let's say. Because like there's one main thing is like his reaction to whenever he kind of gets made fun of, like, it, they just get sprinkled here, there, and then it ends up being kind of like a big thing towards the end. Yeah,
like you're talking about breadcrumbs, like because you even see it with the mother, but everything's always justified, right? Because you think like, oh, she's doing it for her son. And that's the power of a mother's love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's always justified, and then you get to a point where it's like,
this movie's too good. Go watch it. It's free on Tubi right now if you don't have a Hulu subscription. So, yeah.
A masterpiece.
Go try to read, guys, because people, I know you're like you said, people are not gonna watch it because they have to read subtitles.
Nope.
Find the dub version, I guess.
Oh
no, read it, please read it. So we have 5 in sweeps.
Yay!
Tune in next time. Our new movie is I'm Thinking of Anything. It's on Netflix, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Another Netflix movie. And Robert's pick, which is
I know America went high with her pick, but sadly I had to balance the scales, and I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom of the barrel. And I'm gonna subject you guys to Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. I'm sorry, guys, in advance.
Oh, no.
You're starting to scare films already?
Yeah, why not? Pumpkin spice is out, so horror movies are going in.
I'm ready for this.
They were pre-gaming for Halloween, guys. That's all it is. Halloween is coming. He's coming around the corner, guys.
Yeah.
Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Not Delete reviews, and in Twitter at Not Delete. But also, please, if you guys are listening to us, also watch us on YouTube. We have our own YouTube channel where we're uploading our own recordings on live, all like this video stuff. Even though you can see my ugly mug, you can see Robert, you can see America, you can see Ricardo, you can see Gio, and then keep watch us, man. Give us those views. We need them ads. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, no. Now you know how we look like if you ever listen to us. But yeah, and please be safe. Wear your mask. Well, good night, guys.